Hey guys, it's Captain Forrest here, and in today's video I'm going to be going over both these combatants to see who would win, more often not, in a cross-verse situation, the White Phoenixforce versus White Lantern Carl Rayner. Now if you guys are new to my channel, please leave a like, comment down below, and of course subscribe for further content. Also shouts to the Coffee Shop gang, they make awesome content, their links will be in the description. Also massive shouts to HQ Squad, they've been a massive help in my videos. Huge shouts to Korin and Slick for giving me some of the assistance for both these characters. So anyway, I'm going to start off with White Lantern Carl Rayner. I'll go over his showings. I will mention other White Lantern feats as well from other White Lanterns, but that'll be the main lantern I'll be using in this video. But yes, I'm going to go ahead and get right into meat potatoes things. Now for starters, the White Lantern ring allows you to channel every emotion on the emotional spectrum, such as rage, greed, fear, will, hope, love, and compassion, making it one of the most powerful lantern rings. Some feats that comes to mind is the time where Sinestro merged with the life entity, making him the first White Lantern. The life entity is stated to be the thing that brought creation into existence. Now I'm going to go ahead and talk about the DC Cosmology and give you guys an understanding of where the ring would be placed. Universes in DC Comics are infinitely large. In Pre-Crisis, the narration is even noted and calls the space an infinite vastness. There exists other universes and dimensions within universes. As for geometric spatial dimensions, universes have at least 11 total spatial dimensions. A single universe has one temporal dimension, giving it a linear timeline. Space and time of a single universe are intertwined. There are infinite universes, not just 52. 52/local, not all of them. Every event, from invisibly small to trans-universal, spawns countless realities. Every decision spawns a new universe. DC's cosmology is repeatedly referenced to have a large number of higher spatial dimensions beyond the 11 that make up a single universe. Captain Thunder of Earth 276 crossed realities by folding himself through a 19th dimensional Mobius loop. Metron states, in the context of taking a human through 6-dimensional space, that there are 28 dimensions currently known. Rama Kushner states there are innumerable dimensions. The Bleed, also called Bleed Space, is a dimension that can only be conventionally accessed by moving up through higher dimensions. It is the dimension that contains all universes, serving as the membrane keeping them apart and the bulk encompassing them. Universes grow within the Bleed like crystals in solution. It's stated to be pan-dimensional, or of pertaining to all dimensions of reality. The ovary of worlds is the construct encompassing the universes and the Bleed between and around them. It also contains the Rock of Eternity and House of Heroes, which exists outside the universes. The Speed Force is a dimension of energy that touches all parts of the ovary. It is described as the limit to matter on the main multiverse map by Grant Morrison. In the Speed Force, time does not exist in a linear fashion. Rather, all past and present exists at once. With the entrance to the time stream visible beyond, the time stream contains all times within the ovary. The Sphere of the Gods is a metaphysical reality whose inhabitants exist on a higher plane of existence than the inhabitants of the infinite realities, infinite higher dimensions, and other structures that make up the ovary of worlds. It's a kind of platonic/archetypal world, the great realm of archetypal powers and intelligences. Realms of the Sphere of the Gods are fictions. The Sphere of the Gods formed around the prior creation made by Perpetua, and Alpheus called it fiction. The Sphere of the Gods is the source of magic's true power. Magic is a fundamental power of creation and belief in the multiverse, and is tied to every aspect of existence. While mortal realities are made of matter and space and time, all realms in the Sphere of the Gods are made of raw potential in the void and are simply given shape based on belief and narrative. Magic is a fundamental power of creation and belief in the multiverse and is tied to every aspect of existence. Limbo is the furthest edge of the manifest DC universe. The manifest DC universe means the story of the material multiverse and all other planes which are below Limbo, like the sphere of the gods and so on. There are no stories in Limbo except for the Book of Infinite Pages, which contains every story of creation. By definition, and it is explicitly stated to be so, this means that Limbo has no space and no time. Much like the sphere of the gods, it goes one step further into nothingness. However, since the sphere of the gods is made of story, while comic book Limbo does not even have that. The monitor sphere is located beyond the multiverse, the sphere of the gods, and even the comic book Limbo. It's an archetypal realm and fundamental world where everything is more profound and absolute, and was described as a realm where form and meaning surrender to the overvoid. The source wall surrounding the entire DC multiverse, separating it from the overvoid, it exists in all realms and transacts all dimensions. Okay, White Lantern Sinestro fought Necron, who was able to one-shot the Spectre, who is stated to be a threat to creation. White Lantern Rayner has the power of the emotional spectrum, which scales above the source wall, as it's stated to be beyond the source wall, and it's also stated it's the reason why emotions flow through creation. He was also stated to have the power of the life equation, which also scales to the source. Kyle's fight with Oblivion was threatening creation, and it was stated he was the one who wrote him into existence and was able to rewrite the concept of life itself, and he then absorbed Oblivion into him, and is also shown to have the power of the life entity and even manipulated the source. We also see future Kyle Rayner become one with the source. White Lantern Amped Deadman also fought against the Anti-Monitor. We've also seen White Lantern Sinestro, who was also the first White Lantern. He was able to fight against Black Lantern Darkseid and defeat him, which is an impressive feat for White Lantern Sinestro and for the ring itself. The White Lantern ring was able to contain the life equation, which is beyond the source wall, and that's going to round up the stats for White Lantern Rayner and the ring itself. I'm going to go ahead and talk about some of the hacks. Now, as mentioned before, this video probably take too long if I went over every single hacks, but I'll mention pretty much the important things overall. But when you wield the White Lantern ring, it gives you access to all the abilities of the other emotional spectrums, such as rage, avarice, fear, will, hope, compassion, and love. So Kyle would have access to these individual powers, so he'd be able to create things like constructs, barriers, and with these individual powers he would have access to using the rage entity's power, such as firing napalm blasts which vaporize the target, rage boosting to amplify one's stats, the avarice ring allowing him to basically kill or manipulate and corrupt people and basically force him to join the corpse. The fear corpse also allows the user to invoke a person's own fear against them. Willpower, of course. Other types of miscellaneous hacks like transmutation, sleep hacks, just all types of other crazy feats that some of the other rings have in general. So that's going to round up White Lantern Rayner. I'm going to go ahead and move on and talk about the White Phoenix and see what she brings to the table. The White Phoenix first became created when Jean and the Phoenixforce later merged into one being. The Phoenixforce told Xavier that Jean is only the house where it lives. Jean Grey was the closest thing the Phoenixforce had to a true earthly avatar or physical embodiment, and further that the Phoenixforce empowered Jean with life in a kind of mutualistic relationship or psychic bond. Jean is one true vessel of the entirety of the Phoenixforce. Born of the void between states of being, the Phoenixforce is the nexus of all psionic energy, which does, has, and ever will exist in all realities of the multiverse. The Phoenixforce has complete control over the White Hot Room. Jean is able to mend the White Hot Room to her whim. The White Hot Room is a dimensionally transcendent realm existing beyond the far shore itself. This dimensionally transcendent realm is also known as the Mystery, a name I'm sure a lot of my viewers are very familiar with. Back to the far shore for a moment. The far shore is described as a void of non-existence beyond all levels of space, time, life, and death. The furthest place it's possible to go in Marvel Cosmology, completely beyond the neutral zone. The Shaper of Worlds saw what laid beyond. He saw the vast far shore, too vast for him to comprehend. The far shore is at the edge of everything, and the white hot room is cosmologically beyond the far shore. The white hot room is the core of creation, all times and no time. Reed Richards refers to the Phoenixforce as one of the names of the energies of creation that made the Big Bang. Reed states himself, "Johnny, we were made the Fantastic Four by cosmic rays. Galactus was transformed by the energies of creation itself. Call it the Big Bang or the Phoenixforce or what have you. It's a different scenario. The Phoenixforce can go into the white hot room anytime it dies, so it can resurrect itself. This thing straight up returned from Scarlet Witch and Hope Summers erasing it from existence. The Phoenixforce represents life that has, will, and ever will exist, as well as destruction and rebirth. It is fundamental, essential to creation as a whole. It's safe to say that the Phoenixforce can regenerate on a high godly scale. For those who are unaware, high godly means the ability to regenerate after the erasure of body, mind, and soul, along with at least one, even more fundamental aspect of a character's existence, such as their place in the narrative, their entire history, or the underlying information, or concepts, type 1 or type 2, but only very rarely type 3, if there is strong evidence of being similar to the former types in terms of how hard it is to regenerate from them, needing for them to exist. Now, I'm going to go ahead and cover some of the haxes. So Jean has demonstrated with the Phoenixforce powers to change the future for the mutants so that Cyclops doesn't abandon the X-Men and Xavier's dream. Jean is also shown to casually look and peer into the universe's future. Jean states that she can move molecules around and expand her senses beyond all boundaries. The Phoenixforce can consume her opponent's mind. She can also use the white hot room to absorb them inside there too. Now, given the fact that the Phoenixforce is the nexus of all psionic energy, its powerful uses of its abilities are translated through psionic means. We've seen the Phoenixforce tear apart mental defenses. Powerful Omega level mutants like Emma Frost, who was also shielding herself with her diamond form, was no match for the Phoenix's psionic powers. This very same diamond form was used to seal off Emma Frost's emotions and protect her mind from Piece of the Void from Sentry trapped inside her head, which is absolutely insane. And we literally see Jean with the Phoenixforce tear apart these defenses like it's paper. Jean has used her psionic powers in a number of ways, such as transmutation. She's used it on Colossus to turn him back to just his human state, his mutant state, with no organic steel around his body. She's shown to turn plants into crystal, and she also has the ability to absorb life force from people as well. So that is going to round up the White Phoenix and, of course, White Lantern Carl Rayner and both these combatants. I'm going to go ahead and give my thoughts on who I think wins more often than not in a crossverse situation. After looking at both these combatants in terms of what they bring and what the feats that they've demonstrated, I personally have to lean more so with White Phoenix Jean in this situation. Her scaling is absolutely insane. It is vastly above just anything that White Carl Rayner has in this situation. She easily has extraversal scaling, so 1S, easily infinite axioms into the tier ridiculous. I think she has the AP edge pretty easily. I would say White Lantern Carl Rayner would easily have boundless scaling, but of course extraversal is completely beyond that tier cosmologically, so she would scale above him. Even if we was to downplay the White Phoenix and say, okay, well, it's not extraversal, you know, boundless, she'd have more layers into the tier, so I'd still award AP to her regardless. Speed shouldn't be really an issue, but if you argue the transcendences and take those into account, you could argue she would be a little bit more faster. In terms of like what both these combatants can do, I've looked at the receipts, I've looked at what, you know, White Lantern Carl Rayner has and what the other lanterns have demonstrated. I just don't see what Kyle can do to the Phoenixforce. The Phoenixforce is acausality, you know, it can't be killed. An idea can't be killed. It's just she's extremely difficult to take down. Her high godly regen is ridiculous. Her acausality is ridiculous. She's just hard to take down, and I don't really see a viable way for the White Lantern to take her out. I don't really see what Kyle can do in that scenario, since she'd just be fundamentally and vastly above anything what the White Lantern is capable of. I don't think the Haxes are going to mean anything. She's just way above him. Those Haxes aren't going to do anything. She's survived. Conceptual erasure, that thing is not going to be a problem, and I really don't see what any other attributes that the ring can do to her. Now, the White Phoenix has her own Haxes. I think those Haxes are definitely going to be very potent, and they're going to come into play, especially the psionic powers, the mind absorption, life force draining, all types of nasty Haxes. She also has fate manipulation too. That could also be an issue as well. The White Phoenix can pretty much just bend the whole battle to her whim. I just don't really see what Kyle can do much in this situation. So more often than not, I have to give victory to the White Phoenixforce. Way too much for White Kyle Rayner, way too powerful, way too strong, just has better feats, crazy resistances, you know, just crazy like other attributes that makes it very difficult for her to be dispatched. The Phoenixforce is just going to keep coming back, you know, even if we be generous and let's say, you know, Kyle has a way to get rid of the Phoenixforce will just come back. The White Hot Room will just revive the White Phoenix, no problem, and it's just going to be a huge issue at that point. So more often than not, I have to give victory to Phoenixforce pretty easily. White Phoenix, I say low difficulty at least. But yes, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, comment down below, and of course give me your thoughts down in the comment section. It's been real. See you guys in the next one. Peace.